consciousness is essentially connected with a single point of view. And it seems inevitable an objective physical theory is going to abandon that point of view. You're not going to get an understanding of bat consciousness by any objective description of it. You can know how the thing is wired up computationally, you can know what its physiology is, but you're not going to get onto what it's like to be a bat. Therefore, it's not just that, it's very difficult for there to be a science of consciousness, or the brain is so complex that it may take many years before we have a science of consciousness. The thing is actually a contradiction. There couldn't be a science of consciousness. Consciousness is something that can be understood only imaginatively, only from one point of view. We can only understand the significance of pain, for example, only by understanding it imaginatively, taking up the other person's perspective, taking up the other person's point of view. If you take up science, then you are abandoning that viewpointedness. You are throwing away imaginative understanding. That's just what science is. That's what it does. It throws away viewpointed imaginative understanding and says we want to know what's really there objectively, independent of anyone's point of view. So it's not just that it's hard to see how there could be a science of consciousness, a scientific account of the bat that would tell us about its conscious experiences. A scientific account of human consciousness would be something that didn't depend on any point of view. But then it's not describing a specific point of view. So it couldn't be both. It couldn't be both objective and giving you an imaginative understanding of a point of view. So if you ask, can we explain in scientific terms what it is to be conscious? The answer is that we can't do it. We can't give a scientific account of consciousness at all. The thing is impossible. And notice, people sometimes like to talk about souls or ectoplasm and say, this kind of reflection shows that there's more to the world than the physical world. That's not the point at all. If there was more to the world than the physical world, that would be to say there was some kind of other objective stuff that we could study. That's where the consciousness comes in these wisps of ectoplasm. But it's not that there's some other objective stuff there. All that's objectively there is the physics. It's just that the mind can't be understood objectively. It can only be understood imaginatively. Okay, that's the end of the message for today. Thanks, great questions. See you on Friday where we'll talk about Nagel and split brains.